Hi, it's Rachel, and this is probably the third time you are seeing me in this exact same outfit, but I wanted to film a few videos for this channel, and I've just filmed 2 tag videos which should be up hopefully by now, and they were super long, and I'm super sorry for that, but I tend to sort of see these questions and I want to just explain the answer to every single question, and then 20 questions later and 20 minutes have passed and I'm looking at my video thinking, oh my goodness, I'm going to have to somehow edit this down because I'm going to be able to put it on YouTube. So I don't know whether I'll be even able to put them up because I'm going to have to edit them down so much, but hopefully I'll be able to put them up so you guys can sort of see them and learn a little bit more about me. But I also wanted to do sort of a little vlog just to sort of talk to you guys and say hey like I always do, and just let you sort of know what's going on in my life, and just to talk about anything really, because all my videos seem to get really rambly and I end up on totally weird tangents that I don't even know about. The first thing I wanted to talk to you about is that I'm considering walking off a building. No, I'm not trying to kill myself, not anything like that. I found this sort of initiative, or I guess kind of thing that they've got going at work, and basically it's like if we sign up and register and we raise $1,500 for charity, then we're able to abseil off the side of our office building in the city. So it's quite tall. I think the one that we're abseiling off is about 26 stories high, and I was standing at the bottom of it the other day and looking up and thought, wow, that is really tall. And the thought of abseiling off something that high really scares me. I'm not necessarily afraid of heights, but I'm definitely afraid of death, and I'm afraid of death by falling from a very high distance from the ground. I guess that scares me about the thought of sort of things not working or the cords not catching me or something like that. Kind of scares me, but at the same time I'm kind of like, I don't know, I'm interested to sort of take on the challenge and try and raise the money and actually do this. It would be kind of like conquering a fear, and it's just like a challenge. It's like something that, even though it scares me, and I'm kind of, when I sort of said to my parents, hey, I'm thinking about doing this, what do you think? They're like, are you kidding? You what happens if you chicken out and all this stuff? I'm like, I don't know, but I don't think I'm going to chicken out, because I kind of really, as much as it scares me, I really want to do it. So I wanted to know if any of you guys have had to do anything like that, or taken on anything like that, or conquered a fear, and sort of what you did, because I don't know, it's kind of, whether you think I should do it or not. Like I said, it does scare me, but I do want to do it, and I do want to try. I don't know how I'm going to raise $1,500. I'm going to have to like talk to my family. It's for a good cause. The money goes to a charity that helps sort of disadvantaged youth, so kids that sort of are living on the street or sort of struggling with school or come from bad families and stuff like that. So I really believe in the cause, and that's kind of the reason why I would really like to be able to raise the money and help. And I don't know, I don't do a lot of like charity work. I always sort of donate money when I can, and for every single week there seems to be a different day supporting sort of a different charity, and I'll always buy the little pin or the little badge or the little pen or something like that. But that's sort of the extent of my charity work. So I think it'd be kind of fun to try and raise money and know that it's sort of helping or making a difference in someone's life potentially. And it's also sort of fun for me because it's like, I don't know, yeah, conquering a fear, and I don't know, just getting involved in something, because I haven't done anything like that before. So I'm thinking about doing that, and let me know if you think I should do that. I don't know, that's something that's on my mind at the moment. I should really register now, because you kind of have until, I think it's like September or October to maybe raise the money. So it's not really that long, and I'm sure it'll come really quickly, so I'm considering that at the moment. I'm just going to have to make sure that I don't look up to the top of the building whenever I'm walking past it, because I know that will freak me out. What else has been going on? This week I sort of attended some of these sessions at a festival called the AMPlify Festival, and it was all about innovation and technology and those things and how they affect the workforce and stuff. It had some really, really interesting talks, and they've actually been uploaded to YouTube, so I'll link some of my favourite ones in the bottom, as well as putting a link to the channel, because if you're sort of interested in that kind of stuff, you might really enjoy it. And it's kind of fun because like the people to actually go to the festival cost thousands and thousands of dollars, and like it was mainly like work people and people that were sponsored by their work to go, but you kind of get to go and watch these amazing speakers from sort of all over the world talk for free by watching the videos on YouTube, which is pretty amazing. And that's kind of why, like I say, I love YouTube, and I love what it can do and how it sort of opens up these doors that that didn't exist sort of 10 years ago even. So that's really cool, and I'll link a couple of them. There was one guy from Microsoft who was talking about machinery and human interface technology, and sort of how everything's sort of going to like touch screens, and how it's all about the experience now. And they're talking about like Xbox and Kinect and all these different things, and I find that really interesting because I'm a little bit of a sort of closet tech junkie. I really do like sort of learning about new products and the new sort of things that are coming. And they showed the Microsoft Surface, which you may have seen before. It's basically like a almost like a coffee table kind of this, but the whole top of it is like a touch screen kind of computer thing. And they had this expo where it was sort of like shopping centres of the future, in a way that you could sort of, at home, you sort of go and choose the things that you could potentially want from the store, and it sort of gets a chance to refer to your smartphone. And then when you go to the shopping centre, you just sit your smartphone on top of one of these surfaces, and it automatically finds what you want and shows you how to get to the place that you want to, and sends it to the actual store. And when you get to the store, you take your sort of smartphone and stick it on another one of these things, and it send it to like the shopping assistant on their like little iPad or tablet or something, and then they're able to go find the clothes for you that you want. And had like set up a virtual fitting room, so where you sort of go and stand, and they have like a little Kinect thing that watches you, and you stand there kind of like this. You look kind of stupid to begin with, but then it starts like putting clothes on you, and you can move and turn around, and it looks like the clothes on. It doesn't look real, but it's kind of close to real, and you can kind of change what you're wearing. And I don't know, it was sort of really fun, and I was really excited to be able to sort of go to that and see these things. So I'll link some of, like I said, I'll link some of these videos in the bottom below. There was one from a guy named Jared Green, who he did the one of the 3 guys who did the Beached As videos. So I'll try and find that link as well, but it's the whale that sort of speaks with the New Zealand accent. I'm sure most of you have probably heard of that before, but he was one of the speakers, and he was talking about Generation C, which I think I fit in, and probably a lot of you guys fit into as well, because you're sort of here on YouTube and you're putting up content and stuff like that. And I was basically talking about not necessarily like Gen Y, because it doesn't necessarily matter about age, but it's about sort of the group of people that sort of are always putting up videos on YouTube, and you're sort of updating your Twitter statuses and sharing things on Facebook and sharing photos, and you're always sharing content, and you don't sort of worry about sort of copyright, what's copyright, because we're all sort of about sharing, and we're all about sort of things that are fast, and we're very tech savvy, and we're kind of those people that can just pick up any new sort of product, a new phone, and just automatically know how to sort of use it, because you kind of figure it out. And we're all about like sort of being creative and getting ideas out there and all this stuff. And he had like a list of what all the different words that sort of stand for the C, because it was Generation C. But it was really interesting to watch. He was a really good speaker, and I don't know if that one was up on YouTube yet. I'm going to look for it, because when I was looking last night it wasn't. But if it is, I'll put that one down there, because I'm guessing that out of all of them, that might be the one that you'd be most interested in watching. And if you've got like sort of a spare sort of half an hour to just sit down and watch those videos, I think you'd really enjoy them, because they are, I don't know, it's just interesting to watch and see different people's perspectives of life and technology and things that are changing. And it's just something that really interests me, so I thought I would share it with you guys. And I'm really grateful that I got sort of the opportunity to see these things, because I don't know, it's not often you get to sort of meet people that I don't know, sort of changing the world in some ways and doing things differently. And yeah, I don't know, I was just kind of really excited, so that was something I wanted to share with you guys. And what else has been going on in my life? I went to the movies last night, and I saw Bridesmaids, and that movie is hilarious. It's not necessarily what I thought it would be, but it was quite funny. Sometimes it was quite gross, but it was quite funny. And I haven't been to the movies in quite a while. I still haven't seen The Hangover 2, and I'm dying to see that. I really want to see that. And Pirates of the Caribbean, I haven't seen that one yet either, even though I have the nail polishes, as you may have seen in my channel, my video on my other channel. But I really want to see that, and I want to be able to see it in 3D, so I'm trying to make sure it doesn't leave the cinemas before I get a chance to see it. I just have to find someone else to see it, because I don't know if you guys have this problem, but I have like a certain sort of set of people that I generally go see movies with. It might be like my mum or my sister, it might be like certain friends, and we sort of generally see movies together. The problem is that when I go and see them with someone else or see something, then I get stuck and I'm like, crap, now I don't know who I'm going to see this movie with, and I have to try and find someone random to go see the movie with because I don't necessarily want to see the movie by myself. I don't think that's a bad thing, and I think if you go to the movies by yourself, it's totally really fine. I don't think it's a bad thing, but I kind of want to try and find someone else to go with, even if it's just so I can, when we come out of the movies, we can like talk about it and just, I don't know, you kind of just like being able to go and sort of knowing that the person you're sitting next to is someone that you know. So I'm currently experiencing that problem at the moment, so I need to find someone to go see The Hangover with, and I need to find someone to go see the new Pirates of the Caribbean movie with so I don't miss them. And there's a few others that are coming out that I really want to see. I never got to see Something Borrowed either, and I really liked that book, so I kind of wanted to see what the movie was like, and I heard the movie wasn't too great, but I think since I actually sort of like the book and I know the story, I still want to see the movie. So if you've seen any of those movies, let me know what you think, whether you liked them, whether you didn't like them. No spoilers, because although I probably know the stories of most of them anyway, so it's really not that bad, but that's something that I kind of want to see, and it's kind of the problem at the moment. It's one of life's many dilemmas, I must say. What else has been going on? I really should write a list. I'm going to have to start writing lists. I write lists for everything else, but when I do these vlogs, I kind of just want to sit down and talk to you and talk to the camera, and literally throughout the week I'll think of all these things. I'm like, hey, I'm going to talk about that. I don't even want to talk to the camera about that. I want to sort of see what other guys out there sort of, or what other people out there think about this, and then I get to sort of the weekend where I have sort of time to actually film, and I sit down and I totally forget, and I really need to write a list. And I have so many things, I could write them in the notes section of my phone or my iPad, or I could scribble them down on the multitude of post-it notes that I happen to have sitting in my handbag, but I always forget, and then I get here and I totally forget what I'm talking to you guys about. This is the other thing I wanted to talk about. I do remember now. I have this weird situation at the moment where literally all of my friends are couples. And that's not exaggerating, I literally mean like every single one of my sort of close friends and semi-close friends. Like it's not even, yeah, so there's quite a few like people. It's not like it's a tiny group where I'm saying like 3 people and they're all couples. No, there's quite a few, and every single one of them are a couple, and I have no problem being single. I like being single. I keep on saying signal. I like being single personally, but it's just weird, and I wanted to know if anybody else was in that situation and how you deal with it, whether it bothers you or not. To me, it doesn't really bother me, and I never even thought about it until I was actually it was my 21st birthday, so it's actually a year ago, so it's been like this for a little while now. And I had 2 of my friends from uni come, and they'd never met any of my other friends. And they literally were sort of sitting at a table with a group of my friends, because you know when it's your birthday you sort of have to flick around to sort of everyone, because you've got family there and friends from work and friends from school and friends from other places in your life, and you sort of have to jump around to everyone. And I was kind of worried because it was only the 2 of them and they didn't know anyone else, and I wanted to make sure that they sort of sat down and was able to talk to people and stuff like that. So they were sitting with a group, one sort of set of my friends, and they kind of, I went up to them and was talking to them, and they're like, do you realise that every single one of your friends is couples? And I'm like, no, I never even thought about it. Like, is it intimidating? I'm like, no, I don't even notice it, because they were always my friends, and then just slowly people ended up in couples and stuff, and it just sort of changes, and I never even really sort of noticed until all of a sudden it was like that. And yeah, and then now they are actually both have boyfriends as well. So now it really is like all my friends have couples, and I just wanted to know if anybody else is in that situation, and if you are, whether it bothers you, whether you think it should bother me. At the moment it really doesn't, and I'm kind of glad for that. If they all suddenly got married, then I'd probably have to find new friends, because it's probably really sad for me to be single and be friends with a whole heap of married couples. But hopefully that won't happen, because like I said, I am only just 22, and that's probably a bit young to have every single one of your friends get married. If that happens, I'll let you know, but I just sort of put it out there, and I'll probably talk more about this at some point, but that was just something that was on my mind at the moment. Anyway, I'm going to go because I have been talking for way too long, but I hope you guys are having a good weekend or a good week, depending on when I finally get this video up. And I hope you've enjoyed the tag videos that are coming. And if there's something that you sort of want me to talk about, or if there's a tag, or there's something about me that you'd like to know about, or you think that would be fun to sort of hear about, let me know, because I'm always sort of looking for sort of things that I want to talk about or that I'd be happy to share. Or that in the end, is that what people are interested in hearing about. Like, I can tell you about my day, and I can just list everything I did for every hour, but that would probably be super boring because most of those hours are spent at work and you don't really want to hear about what I do for work. So let me know if there's something that you want me to talk about, if you'd like to hear my opinion on, or if you have a question, because I would love to hear from you. And like always, if you have a vlog channel that you sort of make videos for, let me know, because I'd love to sort of hear about what's going on in your life. So other than that, I'm going to go. I'll see you guys later, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye!